Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8194 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 2.96%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And I want to kickstart my analysis by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high had been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having seen that low, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected that ABC corrective structure to do, and soon we are going to see a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliot wave structure, having our wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high in the next bull market. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see that first wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what we have been seeing here on the Polygon Matic chart. And we have completed the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 1, and jumping to the 4-hour chart so that we can see this better. In the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, which is right here, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation, because the higher Elliot wave count 1 is an impulsive wave. And using the trend based Fibonacci, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 1, and get to see whether this higher Elliot wave count 1 has done the minimum that we expected it to do, by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave down there to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3. And that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.25 mark, and that is the minimum that I expected that high Elliot wave count 1 to do, and it has maximized that target area by going back to around the $1.3 mark. And having seen the high of that high Elliot wave count 1, my primary scenario now is the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1. That gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts, and then remove the Fibonacci's, then zoom in so that we can see this better. And you can see after making the high for that first wave, we formed the formation, we saw the formation of a double top, which is a chart pattern that normally gives us a breakout to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline, and that was giving me a minimum target area back to around the $0.96 mark, which is a target area that we fully maximized. And that chart pattern was also supporting this corrective movement to the lower side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2. And because a wave 2 is a corrective wave, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure, and we are seeing that structure right here, having this as the wave A, then a wave B making our peak at around the $1.17 mark. Then we continue pushing lower in the formation of our wave C, which we are yet to complete over here. And getting to the 1-hour chart to get to see what other chart patterns that we have information here on the 1-hour chart. Here on the 1-hour chart, you can see we had been trading within this channel over here, and that was after getting back to around the $0.78 mark, which gave us support, and then saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in this movement over here. In this consolidation over here, you can see we had been trading within a channel, and at some point we had managed to break out of the channel to the upper side, also managed to break above the 20-day MA. But from what you can see over here, this breakout to the upper side seems to be much of a fake out, because we managed to get back into the channel once more, and that gives me some of the possible scenarios that can play out, basing my analysis on this descending channel. There are chances that Polygon Matic might continue pushing lower, manage to break out of the channel to the lower side, also lose the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, and fully maximize the formation of these with C, and also the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. That is the first possible scenario that can play out. The other one is there are chances that you might get to the lower side of the channel and then see a very nice bounce to the upper side, and maybe manage to break out of the channel and even see a retest of the upper side of the channel. And once the retest is in, then we can continue pushing even higher and get back to around the $0.95 mark, which is a key area of resistance. And at that key area of resistance, we can either manage to break above it or get rejected, and see and in case we get rejected over here, I would expect a very nice impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of, to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. And within the formation of this wave C, we are seeing a 5-wave structure in formation, and getting to the 5-wave structure that we have information within these wave C, we have that as the wave 1, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, then a wave 4, which might have come to a complete. Then I'm expecting another impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 5 to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. And changing the color of this Elliott wave structure so that we can see that better, we can have it like that. And since we are in the formation of a wave 4 over here, we can use the Fibonacci's to get a minimum retracement area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 4 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the high of this wave 2 right here to the low of the wave 3, and that gives me a minimum retracement area in the formation of this wave 4 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and you can see we have fully maximized that retracement area. We have perfectly retraced into that target area, and there are chances that right now we might be seeing the formation of this wave 5 to the lower side right here. And because the wave 5 is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that wave 5, and I believe we are seeing such a structure right here, having this as the wave 1, then a wave 2, then we might be in the formation of a wave 3, then expect a wave 4, and then continue pushing lower in the formation of a wave 5 to complete the formation of this wave 5, and also the wave C, and also a higher Elliott wave count 2 over here, and giving you a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 3 over here. I can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the high of this wave 1 to the low of the wave 1, and then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 2, and that gives me a minimum target area back to the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.75 mark. And that means there are chances that in case we see a breakout out of this channel and get back to the $0.78 mark, which is a key area of support, and we lose that key area of support, then my next target area is back to around the $0.75 mark, which perfectly lies at the fib level 1.618, and at that point we can complete the formation of this wave 3, then expect a retracement in a wave 4 before we continue pushing even lower in a wave 5. And so that is my primary scenario here on the Polygon Matic chart. We are in the formation of that high Elliott wave count 2, and in the formation of that corrective structure that is within that higher Elliott wave count 2, we are seeing fractal waves in formation, and we are in the formation of this wave 5 where we are also seeing a fractal wave in formation, and right now we're in the formation of this wave 3, which I have a minimum target area back to around the $0.75 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Continue watching those key areas of support, and also continue watching this channel that I have right here. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are trading at around the 36 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also any movements to the lower side will still be supported. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean our prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.